So yay, we're finally doing a Pokemon game for the channel. Aren't you all excited?
Yay! Pichu!
This looks a little different. Oh,
That's right, I'm a Pichu. What are you gonna do about it?
that Pokeball looks deceptively square.
So is that ship.
I'm headed for a small island that was recently discovered called Tumblecube Island. There are traces of a civilization that used to exist on this island, and there could be a lot of precious loot to be discovered.
By the way, can you see how this probably was more of a touchscreen smartphone game?
Yep, as a matter of fact, as of not too long ago, it only just got released on mobile devices. For the longest time, it was actually a Switch exclusive.
Huh.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it kind of...
You'll see that when we get into this, it looks like it was totally designed for mobile first.
Welcome to Pokecraft.
Not quite, but it definitely has a similar aesthetic style. Welcome to Pokemon Quest.
Why is everything square?
Because it's an artistic choice.
Because this game is square. That said, yeah, welcome to Pokemon Quest for the Nintendo Switch. It's a free-to-start game, which Pokemon seems to be full in abundance of nowadays. I mean, you look at Shuffle and Pokemon Go and the sort.
It's got microtransactions.
Is that a
though.
Pokeball helicopter?
Yes, it's a Poké-drone.
It's a drone.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
I couldn't tell. It was
What's
a drone.
happening? Oh!
Ow!
The drone.
Can't handle all the pokiness.
Beep, beep, boop. Beep, beep, beep.
What's happened? My Moby 4, the drone manufactured by the Sylph Corporation again.
Good old
Sylph
Sylph
company.
Who's Self again?
What's wrong,
What's
Moby?
wrong? Hey, watch your language.
Oh, look, it's speaking Cubernese.
I don't.
Well, I guess I have no choice but to restart it. Let me just hold on to the button for a few seconds, turn it back on, and there we go.
Yay.
Everything's hunky-dory.
Now is it gonna stay in the air?
Hang on, guys. Hang on. Okay, while he's saying the name, what's up, Pipe? What's up, Pipe?
I was saying you guys were talking about like Silphco. Who are they again?
They
It's a tech
manufacture
company in
Pokeballs.
Okay.
They're like they're a very famous like company in the Pokemon world. I don't know if they've been
Ketchup.
seen. I don't know if they've been ketchup.
Ketchup.
Ketchup!
I don't know if they've been as prominent in more recent Pokemon games, but I know in like the original one and maybe even the second one they were pretty familiar.
Good morning, Ketchup. Here's the news for today.
My name is Tom Ado, thank you
I
very
was just
much.
about to do that.
Was that really his name, Tomado?
My name is Tom Ado. Well, my name is Anchovy.
And my name is Caesar Salad.
And what's that over there? That's just a tomato. Oh.
And the woman fell for it.
Yeah.
Oh, look, 5 peculiarly placed Pokemon that may or may not help us on our journey.
Look, the 3 starters and the other 2 that people put way too much emphasis on.
Oh, they're
Well,
cute.
they're to tie in
Fair.
with Pokemon Let's Go, Pikachu and Eevee.
True.
Yeah.
So yeah, now we get to choose which Pokemon we want to start off with, as per the norm.
Who do you-
We got
So-
we also got our electric
Yay.
type in Pikachu. You got your normal type in Eevee, and well, I think you can figure out the rest.
I'm not a Pikachu.
So, real talk. Who here looked at Pikachu and thought, yeah, Eevee's the equivalent to this?
Well, Eevee.
Because
To be fair,
Eevee-
Eevee. I was about to say. To be fair, Eevee does have a pretty big fan following in the franchise.
Well, yeah.
Mostly for the fact it could evolve into a multitude of things.
And also,
True.
Eevee, I think, is technically the, like, in the anime, he belongs to Gary, or at least the rival character.
Yeah,
Yeah. So
back
who are
when
we
he
gonna
was a
befriend? Frickin' the mascot, you know.
Oh yeah,
Not in
he's
the
the one I
anime,
stuck
what am I
around.
thinking?
He's the one I've known for all these years. So
It
yay!
might be in the
Hey,
anime.
Pikachu.
You've befriended a Pikachu.
But does anyone ever give any attention to Clefairy, who was originally supposed to be the mascot? No.
Nope.
Wait, was he really?
Yeah, Clefairy
Yeah, I know
almost was
that.
the big mascot. But that Pikachu, like, kind of hopped in there.
He snuck into victory. So
Wait, Expedition?
Yep. The Pokemon Quest, the core gameplay of it mostly involves these expeditions, where the Pokemon will travel around randomly until they find a gaggle of Pokemon, in which case they beat the shit out of them.
Oh!
Yep, pretty
Oh.
much.
Boop.
Kill him until it's dead.
Poor Rattata.
Woo!
Wave clear.
What did it explode
mushrooms.
into?
Pidgey.
Now, while the Pokemon are out and about, you don't have direct control over them, but you actually do have direct control over their moves. In Pikachu's case, he's got Thunder Shock, which is basically a straight shot, and a Thunderbolt, which is an orbiting ability. in this case.
So if you've ever played any of those dungeon crawler games, it's like kind of like that, where like everything is really the main gameplay is about cooldowns and managing your abilities while in auto fights.
Mm-hmm.
Basically.
So is there a limit to this?
Well, there was a...
Not exactly, though. All I
That
know
guy's
is
bigger.
Oh god, that's a big Rattata. Let's beat the shit out of it because it's fun. Anyway,
Rattata,
as far as
tap,
like as far as limitations in your abilities are concerned, I think each Pokemon you gather will always have 2 sets of abilities, and I don't think you can change them. They're pretty much set.
No, you can. You would.
Oh, you can?
Yeah. The best way to do that is to find Pokemon either that are like the same Pokemon, or Pokemon that are strong enough that and Pokemon that you wouldn't mind letting go. Because the way it works is, like if you go to training, it does allow you to change the move, and you would use a support Pokemon to up the chance of changing that move. And the stronger the Pokemon, the better the chance you have of changing a move to something else. And it's totally random.
Okay.
Yeah, that does seem like a very luck-based sort of thing. So, for the most part, you get used to what the Pokemon's going to have like right from the get-go, because, well, at least in Pikachu's case, that's the most reliable it's going to be.
The heck
Oh,
is
the
that?
Pokemon
Yeah,
price started to glow.
you're not gonna meet very many Pikachu on this. I'm gonna tell you that much.
Well, that's why he's one. Well, to be fair, is that usually the case with your starter Pokemon?
Yeah, I did. When I chose my Charmander, sometime later, another Charmander came by.
Oh, and then you can get an Everstone to stop from evolving. But okay, so this is.
To be fair, has anyone ever used an Everstone?
No,
Why would
Sometimes,
Not
but
me.
for better or for worse, it looks like this is kind of like Kingdom Hearts 358/2 in that like you equip your stats. You don't really ever level up. You maybe there are some base level ups, but really you just want to increase your equipment so you can equip more stat like boosts.
Yeah,
Pretty much.
you still level up.
Yeah, in this case, whenever you level, the most that you get from leveling up is opening up more slots to put in more Everstones.
Okay.
Not Everstones. Power Stones.
So yeah, here comes the more, free to start based type of game, because
First steppy.
basically the attack level. Be careful. The numbers there are pretty much like attack levels and recommending attack levels. Like if you're how should I about this? We take over here. You have more experience with this than I do.
Okay, so the areas that you explore have a base recommended attack number. So, well, maybe not attack, but power, like overall power. So it's recommended that you, like with with either your base stats or with a power stone, that you match or exceed that attack number to make it a little easier. And
Yeah,
even
though it
then,
also
it can
should-
still get pretty hard.
It also should be said though that it might take some time to actually fill up your attack level in case because again you gotta level yourself up in order to equip more Everstones, and when that usually happens, that usually involves a bit of grinding. Now the funny thing about this game is, which you could argue is both a blessing and a curse. See that button on the left of the screen?
This is auto.
Press that button and the game plays itself.
Ooh, that's a giant Meowth.
Like it'll even
Wow.
use abilities when it's most when it's most
Like,
so
you literally have no input on this game whatsoever when you press that. And honestly, I would recommend doing that if you're going to backtrack to grind.
Well,
Real
yeah,
quick,
because the idea is that then because it will literally pick the best inputs that it can from your
do it.
roster,
Yeah, it'll do everything except evade.
which is fine. That's usually how things like Final Fantasy 13 and stuff did it. Nice.
And as Pikachu leveled up to level 3, he now has a Heart Everstone slot.
But
Power
no
Stone.
hard Everstones. But no hard Power Stones to use.
Aw, well, not yet anyway. Give it time.
So how many?
Oh,
of
and
these-
that's right. So here's your method of getting more Pokemon: cooking.
Pokecafe.
So
Basi-
wait.
Sure, we'll go with that.
Okay, so we cook to attract, kind of like how you would plant fruit and stuff to attract pinatas and Viva Pinata?
Basically.
Yeah.
Alright, let's try something.
Alrighty.
In.
And yeah, just like any other mobile free-to-play, free-to-start whatever game, there's always going to be these tutorials that always get in the way.
Mm-hmm.
And make,
So
you,
where
do,
do the
and make you do exactly what it tells you to before it gives you total freedom to do everything else.
Am I the only one who? Am I the only one who, whenever it says, "Hey, we're gonna give you one free skip this wait thing on us," I never do it. I let it just wait out. That way, I can keep that free wait for the next time they try and force some premium BS on me.
Yeah.
Cheat the
So
system.
now that that pot is cooking, we gotta wait for at least we gotta play through 2 stages in order for the concoction to finish cooking.
What are PM tickets?
They're your currency.
The freemium currency.
Yep,
much,
a
yeah.
freemium currency.
So right now I would have hit no and just wait. Normally I would have hit no, so I would hold on to those 20 forever. But for look at Mulligan
Yeah.
stew a la cube.
Mulligan. Get it? I'm sure it'll
Peaches seems
attract
to like it.
something. Oh, look at that! It attracted 2 specific Pokemon.
Wow.
Into the pot with them.
God damn! How cruel.
That's terrible.
And he,
A Rattata.
So yeah, we got a Rattata and a Pidgey. I mean, as far as like starting Pokemon go, they're not too bad. And as always, you want to be careful. You always want to be aware of their type advantages and everything, because certain levels in this game do benefit more other types compared to others.
They do, and also in specific areas, it's going to show you recommended types to go in with.
Mm-hmm.
But I never
So, yeah,
listen to it.
Alrighty.
Yeah, unless you're really paranoid.
Yeah.
It tells you lies.
I mean, the only benefit, the main benefit to using recommended Pokemon types is that apparently it actually boosts up your attack level for that level,
It does.
which is handy in itself. But yeah, like if you really want to if you feel like you're fine with what you got, then go for it.
Okay.
All right, so we're just gonna let that stew over, and in the meantime, let's go ahead and go on another expedition.
Expedition.
So, okay, I'll go ahead and bring you up to brass tacks. The only reason I decided to do this game for a look at is because, well, I recorded this around the time the game came out, when that whole big conference was going on where they announced this, coming on the exact same day, and obviously, Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee.
So we were
Yeah.
going to talk about that
And,
then?
I mean, for the first week or so that I had this game, I thoroughly enjoyed playing it. Nowadays, I haven't touched it in a good while, just because it's another one of those games, and they usually don't keep me interested
Gang up
for very
on 'em.
long. But so,
We're
I mean,
surrounded.
wait, what would you say about this game?
I'd say it's a good time waster.
I can see
fair.
this. I can see this definitely catering to the
I
group.
said
Just saying it
of-
was a good time waster.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I guess with that said, let's go ahead. Let's get to the reason why why I wanted us to do this in the first place. Impressions on the upcoming Let's Go series.
Well, I'll quickly just say I can definitely see this game appealing to people who are like, they treat Switch more as a mobile console, like you're just on a bus ride someplace and you need something quick to pass the time, and if you don't have a smartphone app, which I don't know why you would have a Switch and not a smartphone, usually the order goes the other way, this works. For Let's Go, first off, I don't buy into the whole complaining of, oh my gosh, we're going back to Kanto. Hey, Metapod.
Hey, Metapod.
But I don't get the whole oh my gosh, going to Kanto. I'm so annoyed that it's back to Kanto. It's I don't care. I really
yeah.
I don't mind
think
going
that's
back.
the main complaint, though.
Well, trust me, there are more people who complain about that way than I would care to admit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But-
Honestly, in
Sorry.
my personal opinion, I don't mind them going to Gen 1 again, just because this is a brand new series. I'm sure they just want to test the waters before they go gung-ho with every other gen.
Yeah,
Well,
I
yeah,
totally
also-
agree with you.
Yeah.
So I get now. I do think it's neat that they're trying that through this they are adding more. Nice. I do like that through this they are adding more validation to Pokemon Go, the app, and thus it'll make people more active, and the ARG elements are nice. One other thing I've noticed though that's been fairly divisive for some people is, oh yeah, crap, we're gonna run out of food.
Yeah, which is basically our quote-unquote, how many times we get to play a game before we gotta take a break.
Oh, the energy
Yeah.
up there.
basically our battery power. So that prompts us to go to the Pokemart, where you can pretty much buy all sorts of little upgrades that'll help us through our adventure a little easier, like getting Pokemon up that easier, getting more battery power. Oh, and just buying a pack that pretty much gives you everything and breaks the game in half.
Okay, so it
Pretty
does look like
much,
so it does look like there's a daily reward you get.
Yep.
Yep, in the
That's
form of
nice.
ATM tickets.
That's nice. I'm fine with that. I'm fine with the pay or wait model when it's fair like that. I'm fine with that. Some cases
Oh,
like
gee,
dun-
you're
in some
finally
cases-
you're finally done. Thank God.
In some cases like Dungeon Master, that was horrible, where you had to wait 24 hours per tile. It was messed up.
Ooh.
Anyway,
Oh,
That does sound fucked up.
now the other thing that's a bit more divisive for Pokemon fans is that Let's Go will be eliminating the usual battle of trying to capture wild Pokemon. It's basically just an extension of Pokemon Go,
yeah.
where you just
the
throw the
idea-
Pokeball and
I
hope for the
heard
best.
I heard in an interview that the idea behind that was to kind of change it from like what was essentially a fishing game. Like that was the equivalent they gave it. That they gave the original like core series. That it was basically fishing. So in Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee, they're changing it up to what's essentially a bug catching game. So like instead of waiting for fish to come along, you're going out and netting them yourself.
Yeah, and to Let's Go's credit, like, I appreciate that they're not completely eliminating Pokemon battles, because you still do that, but only with trainer battles.
Yeah, which
is fine. Which is fine,
yeah,
personally.
and really, I think this one, I think the game is fine as a stepping stone because they are working on the next core game, which they.
Oh yeah, Gen 8 is just around the corner. By
Yeah,
that, I
it's
mean
coming
probably
out next year.
And, I mean, I'll go ahead and say real quick, like, I'm not the biggest Pokemon fanatic. Like, my heyday was back in Gen 2, and it pretty much stopped with Gen 2. I tried getting back with Gen 6, but after 4 hours or so in, I mean, not to say I didn't like what I was playing, but I just felt a little, I don't know, overwhelmed by the amount of stuff you can do in that game, and like all the options you can do. And despite the fact that, like, if you just don't even give two shits, you could probably get away with playing through the entire game with just 1 or 2 Pokemon.
Okay.
Which is pretty much what happened with me in, well, practically using Litten and all its evolutions to high hell. But otherwise, yeah, I'm not like the go-to guy for Pokemon knowledge. And I mean, Pokemon Let's Go just feels like that kind of game that I can appreciate just because it's going back. It's giving you, how should I put it? It's sort of going a little back to the basics of the sort, and not going like overboard with like possibilities. If that makes any sense.
Yeah.
It's a simpler Pokemon title, which is something I kind of need because there's so much to do, and I don't have the time or patience.
Yeah, one criticism I'll give the core games is that they give you way too many options that, I just ignore all the extra stuff. I just want to focus on the game, on like the core story, you know?
Uh-oh, Pidgeotto. Well, hey, it's a good thing we have an electric type, don't we?
Yeah.
Flying types stand no chance.
Well, you need to get Pikachu in there. You kind of bottlenecked. Oh gosh, Rattata's dead.
Oh yeah, that's
And all it knows is focus energy.
Yeah.
So what happens if a Pokemon dies? What's that cooldown mean?
After a while, they will revive themselves. Unfortunately, they don't revive themselves at full health, but it's basically like a
Hurry!
yeah,
Gotcha.
it's a temporary reprieve.
Okay.
And I love that. It's just it is essentially a gory discretion shot. The poor Pidgeotto didn't stand a chance.
It was too
So what
gruesome
is-
to show you.
So what has been your favorite team of 3 so far?
In my case, I mean, I know, actually in my original run for,
Everything seems to be going fine for now.
anyway, sorry. Let's just ignore ketchup for now. Like, on my base game, I did manage to get a Growlithe, and I kept him in the party for a good while. Well,
Okay.
at least since the last time I played it. I can't remember who the third person I used. I want to say it was either Pidgey or, Pidgey, because I didn't keep Rattata for long.
Okay.
I basically put him to training,
Very-
and well, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I just say the training montage in this game is all sorts of fucked up.
Really?
Yeah, you're basically just like punting Pokemon out of the way and never to see them again. Just so you can level up.
Basically.
I don't know why.
Yeah, you'll see later on, because I think I do show it off.
Okay.
I mean, considering how long this video is, I kind of hope I do show it off.
So, I guess trying to, push the conversation forward, I guess, a bit more.
Alright,
Would
let's
you...
see what we got.
A whole lot of red.
Stula Cube.
Red stew. Favorite food of reddish Pokemon? That's not reddish.
Reddish.
That's
Oh,
not
red.
red.
That's a Spearow.
Pretty
Okay.
dang high level, but that's not red.
It's got some red in it.
I was hoping for another Growlithe. Hype, what do you have to add to this riveting conversation?
Oh, I'm allowed to talk now? Thank you. I will say, just going on to Let's Go real quick, I can kind of understand people's annoyance with returning to Kanto when just recycling a lot of Gen 1. I mean, if you really think about it, it's really not different from people complaining about how they use Green Hill in every Devil Damn Sonic game nowadays, but I kind of also agree with the notion that it's primarily, useful for testing Noirs to see how exactly this thing goes, and I'll give it credit, I do like a lot of the changes and additions it has. In fact, to a point where I honestly wouldn't be opposed to them implementing certain changes into, like, the actual mainstream Pokemon games, like Next Gens and whatnot. Like, for example, getting rid of the whole random battle factor and that you can actually see the Pokemon that you're about to engage to on the field.
Right.
That would be appreciated.
I see where this is going. So this reminds me of, like, some...
Rest in peace for Tata.
This is how, like, some of the mobile card games work. Oh.
Yep, there you go.
So this is how some of the card games work on mobile, is that the idea is that, like we've added, you basically take weaker cards, like the more common ones, and you use it to combine and add to the power of your stronger preferred ones.
Mm-hmm.
Also, we have a sturdy stone. Nice.
Yeah.
We should
Now
put
my
some on
Pikachu
the...
feels all the more healthier.
Yay.
Anything for the Spearow?
And heavy
Yeah.
from all the stones.
What's that thing above where it says, like, yellow, orange, purple, like, next to where your abilities would be?
Wait.
Oh, I didn't see it, sorry.
You gotta pay attention. I'm talking about the little, like, it's like a row of icons that are above where you would normally equip your power stones.
Oh,
If James shows that, if Joe shows,
those are like- Those are slots for, what are they called? Like attack stones to
Alright, we're
improve the performance of your attacks.
Okay.
Okay, that makes sense. Anyway, time for our final stage we'll be showing off to look at. Every world ends off with a boss world, and well, you still go through the norm, just fighting all the regular Pokemon, including a poor little Doduo. Die. Anyway, die. Yeah, die. Anyway, at the end of it, you'll actually face a boss that is actually tougher than what you've come to expect.
That's fair.
Where is he?
So
And
how
I guess
far...
I sh-
I was gonna say, how long have you been playing this game for, Wii?
Let's see.
It only came out like this past June, didn't it?
I haven't had it for that long. Like maybe
But like if I was gonna say like a couple hours, or so, if I was to say like an hour or something, how often have you been playing it?
say about 3 weeks or so. I've had it.
So how far are you now?
Well, my Charmander evolved fully to Charizard and is over 40, level 40, and I've got a few Pokemon that are at least level 30.
Is it only Gen 1 Pokemon?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's got all
jeez.
150 Pokemon minus Mew.
Or
Okay.
Mewtwo.
And actually,
Yeah,
Mewtwo, I'd imagine there's probably there.
Yeah.
And actually, if I could comment real quick before we continue on, I actually forgot to mention, I actually love how freaking anime this soundtrack is.
This is fine. What do you think
Yeah,
of
it
it,
kinda
Sadie?
is.
Does
Yeah, I
It's
like
very,
it.
it's very
you know?
cutesy.
I imagine these Ratttas are like, "You killed our brother. We shall avenge him over that." Ah.
Wow, bad on that time.
Don't mess with the better rat.
Oh, boy.
Oh god, speaking of rats,
The boss.
Now you deal with our
All I know is
Raticate.
So, would you... So, really quick back on Let's Go. if Let's Go if Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee
Ouch.
works, would you play like Johto and Hoenn region games with that same formula?
Sure.
Honestly, why not?
I mean, as someone who's grown up more with Johto than any other gen, I'd go for it.
I would rather not have a core game do the same thing that that Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee are doing.
Well, no, I
And,
think we should keep the Let's Go thing to a spin-off, like a
Right,
side
leave
series.
it for
Yeah,
leave it to itself.
I
And we do have and again they did mention in that convention to like the convention freaking conference to finish off, to get to to start finishing off this video, is that they did mention that, granted that though that is coming out either this year or later this year. Whoa.
Ooh.
The prolific statue.
Rats
Now your
upon
Pokemon
rats
up to level
upon
5 can get
rats.
increased EXP from expeditions.
Okay,
Yay!
so that basically helps speed up the level up process to build everybody up to roughly the same level as everyone else. Okay, so that's the
Yeah,
equalizer.
up to level
But
5.
yes, to end off the conference, they did mention that they are still developing a core Pokemon game for next year.
Yep.
Mhm. And if what they say is true, I think is it still coming to Switch?
Of course.
I would think so.
Alrighty. Because I know that for the longest time they've basically been using the 3DS for and well, with Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, it's kind of obvious they kind of have to move on because, I mean, you can barely play on that game on a regular 3DS without it chugging here and there.
Right now, I have no idea what's going to happen. I feel like they're in this like will we, won't we kind of thing with the 3DS of are they going to get rid of it? Or are they going to just double down on the Switch?
I think the lifespan is gonna go on a little bit longer before they.
I'd say at least one more year.
Completely stop developing games for it.
A lot of areas.
Like
I'll be good.
Yeah, I think the 3DS still has a little bit of life in it.
If it manages to live up to a decade, I'll be shocked. But on that note, ladies and gentlemen, that is it for our look at on Pokémon Quest for the Nintendo Switch. Again, you can get it on there, you can get it on mobile, whichever suits your fancy. I mean, if you like this kind of game in the first place, I mean, I kind of stopped playing it for the longest time, but I'd still recommend it if you haven't tried it already. With that said, I'm JamesmanXtreme.
I'm
Lucky Jack
Earthly.
Yep,
Sorry.
Sorry, I'm Lucky Jack 20.
I'm Hylian Peachy Lita.
And I'm over there.
That's me. And remember, it's hip to be square.
No, it's not. Till next time, guys.
Bye, guys.
That's right.
Peachy.